So reading, reciting it aloud, and for example, for so called very important resource money is courses, and different so called binoculars, and utensils, and resource binoculars, and supplies and resources. Very appropriate and safe and sound about 100% of the time. Very appropriate and safe and sound about 100% of the time. Very excellent, fine and good about 100% of the time. Very excellent, fine and good about 100% of the time. And we're family members, FMs, and family friends. So the continuation of different videos, books, and writing jokes, for example. AJH Nerd to be continuous, or reading this aloud again and again, and simultaneously. Different civilizations, and we're kindred, and we're kinsfolks, and we're family members, FMs, and family friends, we're mamas and papa cubs, and Papa Cubs PC, and Papa Cubs PC, and Mama Cubs MC, and we're family members, FMs, and family friends, for example. Very important resources, money is currency, supplies, very appropriate and safe sound difference are called freed, liberated, and freed, liberated, and rescued. Very important resources, money is currency, supplies, controls, and maybe about that, maybe not really about that, maybe at the time, maybe approximately then, not approximately then, and for example, for instance, is so called. Paraphrase, quotation, summarize, briefly, maybe verbatim, word for word, or not word for word, for example. Very important resources, money is currency, different books that are writing jokes, movie scripts, and books that are writing jokes, manuscripts, and books that are writing jokes. The man, individual person said, paraphrase, quotation, summarize, briefly, that specific, and with certain resources, money is currency, supplies, controls, reading this aloud, and say this aloud, and then, and approximately then, and for example, we're kinfolks, and we're family members and friends, FEFs, family and friends, FAFs, and we're family members, FMs, and family members, FMs, and family and friends, we're kinsfolks, and very important resources, money is currency, supplies, we're kinfolks, and Papa Cubs, and Mama Cubs, and kin, and kinsfolks, and resource, and family members, FMs, and family and friends. And reading that aloud and saying that aloud, the person might say, what the heck, who are you trying to prove that to? We're family and friends right here, loud laugh, and giggle, and comment and jokes. We already know that. We don't know that. We want to know, have you visited those websites yet? Your fellow energy workers, your resource workers, your fellow Feng Shui and Feng Shui resource workers, and very heavy laden, and real. You know, whether we live or die, or survival. I'm wondering, who the heck are you trying to prove that to? Well, you know, you're just joking, and a lot of satires, and parodies, and allegories, and resources, and absolute resources. What the heck's going on? Have you visited those websites in a few days, in about 5 or 6 days, at the very most, or about 1 or 2 months at the very most? A very important so-called spontaneous combustion. SC, so-called spontaneous combustion, SC, and resources, monies, and currencies, and sort of absolutely, and sort of different teleported, so-called transported, and shields, Baba Galbert armor fortified, and so-called teleported and transported, and shields of Baba Galbert armor fortified, encrypted, coded, shielded, Baba Galbert armor fortified, encrypted, coded, shielded. For example, AJH Nerd encoded and password and shielded, Baba Galbert armor fortified, encrypted, coded, shielded. For example, and strong faith, loyalty, fidelity, fiduciary, strong faith, loyalty, tough, intelligence, smartly, cunning, clever, intelligent, strong faith, loyalty, fidelity, fiduciary, strong faith, loyalty, intelligent, smartly, cunning, knowledgeable, industrious, business-like, financial-like, strong faith, loyalty, fidelity, fiduciary, strong faith, loyalty, committed, beneficial, valuable, invaluable, priceless, strong faith, loyalty, committed, priceless, valuable, beneficial, strong faith, loyalty, fidelity, fiduciary, strong faith, loyalty, tough, powerfully, strong faith, loyalty, for example, and we're family members, FMs, and family friends, for example. Reading this loud, and maybe bluffing and teasing and joking, maybe about that, maybe not about that, maybe at that time. Someone might say, have you visited those websites, or ate those good food or drinks, ate or drink those good food or drinks, very appropriate and safe food and drinks lately, and different substitutes, alternatives, and maybe very important and not really that important, maybe very important and not very important, and energies, medicine, supplies, materials, different so-called spontaneous combustions, SC, and energies, resources, monies, currency, supplies, materials, Feng Shui, resources, energies, monies, supplies, materials, resources, and very important resources, monies, currencies, and different combinations, alloys, amalgamations, and mixtures, resources, monies, currencies, medicine, supplies, materials, different substance alternatives available, and different boxes, bins, breakers, toolboxes, bins, breakers, containers. For example, so far so good. A lot of good hint signs, clues, and suggestions. For example, we're family members, FMs, and family and friends. Reading this book, little movie script out loud, and paraphrase, quotation, summarize, vivid, very excellent, fine and good about 100% of the time. Very appropriate and safe and sound about 100% of the time. Very appropriate and safe and sound about 100% of the time. Very excellent, fine and good about 100% of the time. And we're family members, FMs, and family members, FMs, and family and friends, for example.